Live anyway, and let me tell you, I missed yesterday's live. I don't know, I always feel like I need to take my glasses off to talk to someone. I think it's the sunglasses thing, you know, like I wasn't a kid that wore glasses, so I'm not used to talking to people with glasses on. And yeah, by the way, if the live stream has only just started, I was referring to the fact that I've just taken my glasses off to talk to you, which makes no sense because I'm actually looking at a screen and I actually need my glasses on to look at screens. And I think it's just a case of when I was a kid. Oh, the microphone's not working. Right. Why is it not on? Excuse the double chin, guys. Okay, now it's on. Testing. Test. 1, 2, 3. I think that might be working, but who knows? If you're watching this on the replay, drop me a hashtag replay. And if you're here with me live, let me know. Drop a comment in the chat. I am here with Arlo this morning, who has been very chatty, telling me all the things, and hopefully is gonna be a little bit quieter whilst we're live. Oh no, Daddy might need to come to the rescue. I missed yesterday's live, and the reason being is that it just got hectic. It got absolutely hectic here, and I'm here going live anyway because the thing is you know, I don't know if you know, like if you've had this before, but you know when you've like got real momentum with something and you've kept to it every single day and you're like, this is great, this is good, we're on day like God knows what, and then you miss a day and then that becomes your downward spiral and it becomes a thing that can prevent you from, you know, getting to the finish line. I promised myself 30 consecutive lives. It's like I've missed a day. Oh, well, it's not consecutive now, is it? Well, I just had a conversation with myself last night. I was like, Cordelia, go live anyway. That's the point. So here we are. But it was hectic yesterday. To be honest, I was preparing to go live. Then my phone rang, then my phone rang again. And then it was 11 o'clock. I thought I'll go live later. And then the kids came home from school and it just didn't happen. But that's fine, because the idea that I wanted to share today was that I wanted to come at a question from a different angle, which is, how can I write copy that converts? So instead of teaching you how to create copy on this video, I'm going to walk you through something that I think is much more powerful and that's going to help you actually connect and convert with your ideal clients very, very easily if you follow this and you do that. Bit of this, bit of that. Before I do that, though, let me go ahead and drop this into the Rebellious Business Network, which, by the way, is our incredible community of rebellious business owners. What's a rebellious business owner? It is a business owner who considers themselves to have a little bit of a rebellious streak. So that sounds like you. You need to come and join us in there. It's an amazing group of people. And we have lots of things happening. We have networking events where you get to actually come and meet and hang out with other rebellious business owners. And we have loads of things going on in terms of training and support for you and your business. One of the things that we've got going on this week, by the way, which you need to know about, is the masterclass where I'm going to be teaching you how you can run your own network as a marketing strategy. It is a powerful lead generation strategy. It works really, really well. It brings in very qualified leads and it converts them really nicely because you build a very good relationship with them. And it's also bloody fulfilling and enables you to have a great time whilst you're marketing. Like, it just ticks all the boxes, ladies and gentlemen. It really does. But it's, oh, that's Pedro. But it's, I'm going live tomorrow to walk you through my 4-step process for launching your own network. So if you want to come along and join us for that, we're going to be live tomorrow at 1 p.m. tomorrow, because I'm doing it twice this week. We're doing 2 of them. I'm going to get, what's it called? Flipping Cordelia, note to self, prepare the links. I have just gone live, like without much preparation, because I know what I want to talk about. Okay, so Network Empire registration. Here we go. Here's the link you need to get signed up for tomorrow's live event where I'm going to be teaching you how to run your own network. Links in the chat. Go get registered. Going to be live at 1 p.m. tomorrow. And then if you can't make that one, check the email that you get when you sign up, because there is another one on Thursday and you can click a link. It's like a very clever little magic link in the email, you can click it and it'll switch you over to be on Thursday's session instead at 10 a.m. So we've got tomorrow at 1 p.m. Sign up for that one. If you want to switch it to Thursday at 10 a.m., click the link, the very magic special link in the email that you'll get. Okay, so we're going to have to keep this fairly condensed, which I'm sure you won't mind because you just want me to stop rambling and get to the goods. How do you write copy that converts? Well, first and foremost, it's not necessarily about having magic words or magic is the word of the day, isn't it? It's not about having words that are, going to convert. It's about really connecting with your ideal client. That's the key. And often I find people miss the mark and they give up and they change direction. And that is a shame because the truth is, it's going to take a bit of trial and error for you to get the message or the angle that really connects with your ideal client. So, at the beginning, when you're marketing your business, you're doing it organically and you're doing it through posting, you're doing it through video, you're doing it through conversations, you're doing it through live webinars, or however it is that you're showing up. It's a very kind of messy, rough and ready way where you're just getting out there and putting stuff out there. And that means that you have to take your bets on what you think is going to be the converting message, because there are so many angles. You may think there's one, but there's not. There are so many angles that you could come at with your product. So, even a networking event, right? You think business networking, there are so many angles. And this is what I want to show you. I'm going to share with you our ads and how it is that I whittle down the message to one point and then hone in on that. Because really and truly, you have no idea what is going to convert until you put it to the market. The market's opinion is the only one that matters. You have no flipping clue. I'm telling you, sometimes it really catches you off guard. It is just what? Really? That was the one? I totally thought it was going to be this. And it really does catch you off guard. So lesson number one, if you're putting one message out there and you're going, oh, no one's clicking, no one's buying, or it didn't convert, doesn't mean your product doesn't convert. Doesn't mean, it could just mean that you didn't connect because you got the wrong angle. So you want to be trying different angles and you want to be then looking at the data and seeing which of these angles has got the most interest. One of the most easiest ways to do that is by putting out different episodes of something. The Rebellious Business Show, for instance, is something that we've ran since 2020. I used to promote it as our organic live lead magnet. And what I used to do is I used to have a different episode every week. And then I'd see how many people were signing up for that episode, right? And therefore, which subject matter was the thing that people wanted the most. And what that enabled me to do was double down on that, right? And I realized that actually a lot of people in the Rebellious Business Network, what they really want is they really want ways to market so they can get clients. That is the thing. It's about getting clients. Now you might think, well, that's the only angle, Cordelia. It is not. Let me tell you, there are so many angles that you could position yourself at. And so what you want to do is test lots of different things and then double down on what works. One of the easiest ways to do that is with ads, because you can just go, right, I'm going to put 400 quid behind this campaign where I'm testing 10 different angles and we'll see which one gets the most, attention. I mean, that's great if you've got the budget for that and you know how to set ads up and, you've got some idea of how all that works. If you don't, then you just want to do this organically because it's the same thing. It's just it just takes a bit more time to get those results. But the best thing you could do is run live events. Actually, come along to the workshop tomorrow because I'm teaching you how to host your own events to build your own community, basically, run your own network. And it's exactly what I did to figure this out and figure out what it is that people want, because you get in the trenches with people and it enables you to build really good relationships with them and you get to know your audience really, really well. Right? So tomorrow on the masterclass, I'm going to be walking you through how to do that. If you're new to this kind of thing, come to that because putting out these events and having different titles for them. Reason being, live events are the highest and fastest converting organic lead magnet there is. They convert faster than any PDF you could ever put together. So if you put together your own live events, then what that does, it's going to let you test some different messaging. And also you can see how many people are turning up for these things. So let's say, for instance, you're a parenting coach and you want to test, like, what's the thing that's going to get people signing up for your product, or it's going to get their attention, get them on your list at least, right? That's the main thing. It's like getting parents on your list. Then different angles you could test are things like keeping your kids safe in the tech world, like talking about tech stuff, talking about maybe TikTok or, you know, Snapchat and ways in which kids are affected by social media and how to keep them safe in the online world. Or you might talk about tantrums, or you might talk about like teenage meltdowns, or you might talk about anxiety. You might talk about all these different things, because these are things that you help parents cope with, right? Or deal with, or you know, then you can have different, you want to figure out like which is the angle in that people are really gonna, it's going to be like the floodgates have opened and people are just pouring in. So that's what you want to figure out. And so in order to find that out, you want to test different angles. Okay, that's my point. So let me share my screen and I'm going to show you, a spreadsheet. Okay, so this is a load of our angles that we test. So Facebook ads, what I like to do is I like to have a slogan ad. I call them slogan ads, where you have a different angle on every single ad. And the whole point is they're all different angles, and you're going to find out which one converts the best. Okay, so we've got, in no particular order here, we've got Not For Everyone, Rebels and Wild Ones. Now, these are advertising the Rebellious Business Network. Okay, so we've got the image and the text, and then we've got the headlines. And the headlines is the little call to action next to the button that says like learn more or sign up. So that aside, the point is we just want to have a look at these slogans a minute. So if you imagine signing up for the Rebellious Business Network, and like what angle would get people in to sign up for that networking event. So the networking event is not for everyone. It's only for rebels and wild ones. And the networking event is not just fun. This shit works. Elevator pitches will pass, thanks. Oh, not another lecture. Rebellion in session. Seen this rule before? Let's break it. Boring talks? Out. Rebels connecting. No pitching, no pressure, just real conversations. Another business card? Will pass, thanks. Hate networking? Try this instead. So I'd be interested to know, like, which one do you think converts the most? And by the way, I need to come back here. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, let me know, which one of these do you think was the highest converting? Like, drop it in the chat now, because it wasn't necessarily the one I thought would convert, right? I can't remember which one I thought would convert, but it definitely wasn't the one that converted. Like, I think I thought it would be something more along the lines of like another business card or hate networking. Like, I thought those were really clear and really great. But no, it wasn't. It wasn't that. Actually, if we scroll over here, we'll see what happened on the data. This was just the initial test, okay? So I only let it run so that some had reached more than 1,000 impressions, so I could get a real good idea of what was going on. And then I basically shut them all down and started again. So interestingly, you can see from impressions which was the one that Facebook pushed the most. Facebook actually pushed hate networking the most, right? And secondly, another business card, it pushed those the most. But if you can see, our cost per lead was £4 and £3. Our click-through rate was really high, but overall, these two, compared to the others, they were only medium in performance. The ones that actually performed the best were Not For Everyone, Rebels and Wild Ones, and also, oh, hang on, I have to go over here, I can't remember. Oh yeah, Not Just Fun, This Shit Works. These two were the top performers, which is mad, right? That they were the top performers. Their cost per lead was lower. The click-through rate wasn't necessarily higher, but the cost per milli was great, which I don't have this down here. And they were down, as I did deep analysis with ChatGPT, they were down as the ones that were top performing. However, I realized that, okay, great. So one thing with the Rebellious Business Network is that we don't have we don't have a demographic niche. Like, we're not for service-based business owners or builders or web designers or, you know, people with an online business. I mean, we're more for people with an online business for sure. But what we are, like, what I would more say that we are is a psychographic niche. A psychographic niche is where you're niching down on like a mentality or like a personality trait of someone. It's like they consider themselves to be rebellious, right? That's the main thing. They're like sick of the corporate mask. They're sick of the stuffy corporate networking. Like, they want to do things differently. Maybe they're a bit neurodivergent. Maybe they're a bit quirky, a bit funky, you know, like that's the point. Like, it's for the misfits. It's for the people that see themselves as a bit different to the normal grind. And that's the reason why they started a business, to get out of that situation, right? It wasn't because they went to business school and they wanted to start up a blue chip company and blah, blah, blah. It was because they wanted to do things differently. And so what we've found is that branding has always attracted really cool people. But then when I look at this, I'm like, oh, so our networking event, actually, it doesn't convert the most on the fact that people are sick of elevator pitches. Like, it just doesn't. That was actually low performing, right? And then, you know, some of these don't convert. But then I also realized, so that's great. Like, I'm like, that's brilliant, because actually I really would love to speak more to people that consider themselves to be rebellious. Like that, if they're the people that are converting the best, brilliant, because that's actually what I want. Like, that's what I care about. I care about that more than the format of a networking event. So that's brilliant. I really like that. So it gave me permission to do that. But then I realized that actually there's something wrong with these ads anyway. Like, there's something really missing. And it's not until you start testing things and you look at the data that you realize, like, why are these not performing as well as they could? And it's the number one thing that's missing in your copywriting. Often you've got to watch out for this. This is a secret sniper that you might not even know exists. You could get the angle right, but you've got this missing. And what I'm talking about here is I'm talking about context. Giving enough context so people know what the hell you're on about, right? It's where we're having a great angle, but if you don't give it enough context, like, how on earth are people going to know what the hell you're talking about? And this really is something that gets missed nearly every time we put a promotion out, and I have to go back over it and like really add it in, and not just us, our clients as well. It's the number one thing that gets missed. Have you given, always ask this question, have you given this enough context as to what it is that you're talking about? So let's have a look at these and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so not for everyone. Tried all the networking events. So this is good because we've got networking events in the first sentence. So that's what, like, that could mean anything. If you don't know this is from Rebellious Business, and you don't know it, you're necessarily going to know it's about a networking event. So some of these we were getting great click-through, but we weren't getting good conversion on the landing page. The landing page conversion rate was quite low. And I'm not surprised because, you know, not another lecture, rebellion in session. If you wanted a TED talk, you'd be on YouTube. That's the first line people can see. And then the headlines, you know, no more TED talks, stop watching, start connecting. There isn't enough context that this is about a networking event. It's like, oh, Cordelia, come on. So what do? We go, right, we turn these ads off. We've got our top performers. Now we double down on those. But what we also do is we add in the context that's missing and we watch what happens. And so this is what we did. We added in a little slogan that says networking for rebels. We changed the headlines so that it was networking for rebels, right? We left come as you are, seriously, because that was one of the top performing headlines that we had. So I'm like, okay, I mean, if it converts, I'm not going to argue with it. But I've got networking for rebels on the image, and I'm making sure that in the copy, we've got networking in the first sentence. So we've got that context, right? And that really, really, really helped things. Now, what we found then was that this one, not for everyone, the result off of the back of that was that we had a £2.21 cost per lead, and the number of leads is 186 off of a spend of £410. Right, that's basically one of our full networking events. £410. That's nearly halved the spend for us. We would have been spending on the other ads double that in order to get that many leads. And yes, we doubled down on that. So now what we know then, bringing it back, driving this baby home. What we know now is that copy is the one that converts. Yeah, when it's about not for everyone, networking for rebels, we can double down on that. Now, what I will do is, instead of having all these different slogans that are all different angles, I'll take that angle and create lots of different formats. So we'll have an image, we'll have a short video, we'll have a longer video, we'll have story ads, we'll have me, we'll have Caroline, we'll have me telling a story about something related to that. We'll have a story of a client related to that, and we'll double down on that concept and then check like the kind of micro concepts within it. Does that make sense? Like, let me know if this is making sense. Yeah, experiment. That's it, Sam. Sam's saying, that's interesting to know. Experiment with the phrases, and whichever works, performs well, use them. Exactly. Double down on what you know is working. So you want to test different angles. It's like, how do I get the best copy? Stop trying to write perfect copy and find the right angle first. Try and find the right angle, the one that is going to connect with people first. Now, organically, how you do that is through posts. And, you know, looking at how much reach something has had, how many view times things have had, you know, and it's going to be small in comparison to this. Like, doing an ads blast is helpful because you get to see very quickly, but it's expensive, right? It's an expensive way to do that. And what that's also going to, it's expensive, and it also relies on you knowing what you're doing in terms of setting these ads up. It's complicated, man. Flipping hell. It's like the difference between riding a bicycle, organic marketing, riding a bicycle. It's hard enough, right? It takes ages to learn how to ride a bicycle. And flying a plane. Do you know what the difference is? The number of buttons there are. Like, you know, in the cockpit, there's like 1 million buttons. Yeah, that is Facebook and Google ads, my friends. It is a minefield of buttons and different things you could turn on and off that have a drastic effect on your result. So, you know, I don't recommend you start with Facebook ads. That's not the message here. The message here is test different angles. Don't get hung up on what the perfect copy is. Try and just make sure you've got two things. Number one, you're testing angles and then doubling down on what works. And number two, you're adding in the context and making sure there's enough, right? Then when you get a thread that's converting and working, now you can start to think about, okay, how can I make this copy bet really good? Like, how can I really improve this copy? Now, listen, if you are just starting out and you need some threads to begin with, one thing that I recommend is the avatar interview strategy. And you'll find it in our toolkit. We've got this toolkit which has basically marketing strategies in it that convert the connections you've been making at networking events, or, you know, on social, off of the back of your social media efforts, the connections you've been making, turning them into clients. And one of them is the avatar interview strategy. And it's where you go find people who would be a good fit for your business and you interview them. And off the back of that interview, you've got loads of really great qualitative data. So that could be a really great way for you to start finding those angles. And yeah, that could be something if you're interested in that. Let me give you the link to the toolkit. The toolkit doors are actually currently closed. This is a backdoor link. Shh, don't tell anyone. I'm giving you a backdoor link. There we go. Backdoor link to go and check out the toolkit. You can grab that, and that avatar interview process is incredible. One of my clients did 100 grand off the back of that one strategy. I'm not even joking. It was nuts. We celebrated hard that week. It's a very, very good strategy. So that is a really good thing for you to do. Secondly, testing live events. We've got the event happening tomorrow where I'm going to be walking you through how to set up your own network. One of the things you can do there is, you know, test promoting live events to your audience. Really good way to test different angles, because live events are high converting lead magnets. They've got built-in urgency. They get people moving, right? And it gets a great sign up. So have a look at that. Come along to that if you're interested in doing the Barry Big Bollocks strategy and just having your own network and running your own events. That is going to be the one to come to. But if you're just starting out, toolkit is going to be a great fit for you. And just test those angles and always ask yourself, is there enough context? If someone has no idea what it is that I do and they read this, are they going to understand what it means? Have I given it enough context? Well, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is another day of Going Live Anyway wrapped. Arlo has fallen asleep. Amos has done an amazing job and got him off to got him off to sleep. So it's all very calm here. I'm gonna go and put the kettle on. I've got so much work to do today. I'm so excited for tomorrow. Come and join me live on the Network Empire Masterclass. It's going to be an absolute hoot. And by the way, if you register for it, I've put together some workshops. So check your inbox because you'll get to see some workshops that I've put together that are going to help you ahead of tomorrow's masterclass to get the absolute most out of it. Right, lots of love. I'm off. Chat soon.